The Atlanta Falcons just got exactly what they needed. And I'm talking about a move that could completely reshape their offensive line depth heading into the season. In today's video, I'm breaking down why Carter Warren is the exact kind of signing that this team needed right now, what he brings to the table immediately, and why his upside could turn him into a long-term solution. Plus, I'll explain how this move fits into the bigger picture with Atlanta's roster shakeups. But here's the thing. While the numbers make Warren look like a weak spot, what I didn't expect is that those numbers don't even begin to tell the real story. And when you see the context, it actually looks like the Atlanta Falcons may have landed a hidden gem. So on paper, I will say this. Carter Warren looks like a disaster. Per PFF, his overall grade was a 44.6, which is 120th among tackles. His pass block grade was a 34.1, which is 129th amongst offensive tackles. And his run block grade was a 58.4, which is 83rd amongst all tackles. Now, at first glance, that screams terrible player, right? But here's the catch. Warren only played 6 games in 2024, and in that time, he allowed just 1 sack and 1 penalty. And for a guy thrown into tough situations, that's not nearly as bad as the grade suggests. And here's something else worth pointing out. Those 6 games weren't against cupcake teams. He lined up against Miami, Buffalo, the Rams, Seattle, the Colts, and Minnesota. Out of those 6 games, the worst record was 8-9. So while he wasn't phenomenal, he held his own against playoff caliber teams, giving up just 1 sack and 1 penalty, like I just mentioned. So the numbers alone don't tell the story. The context makes his performance look a little more encouraging. So the Falcons, I will say this, the Falcons didn't bring Carter Warren in to replace Kaleb McGary tomorrow. I think that's where a lot of fans are looking, and that's not Carter Warren's job. But instead, his job is simple. Be better depth than Brandon Parker, Tyrone Wheatley Jr., and Jack Nelson. Provide a swing tackle option who can step in when needed. Develop into a potential starter or that right tackle down the road. And at 6'5", 320 pounds with quick feet, Warren has the physical tools you can't coach. What he needs is refinement, pad level, hand placement, and strength. The good news is those are coachable traits, especially under an offensive line coach who's ready to mold him. Now, when you turn on the tape, Warren does flash. I think a lot of people are missing that. Warren is a talented player. He is a smart player who processes stunts very well, and he communicates with the guard very well. He's good in pass protection, and he flashed where he was mirroring great defenders and staying balanced. And in the run game, when he fires off low, he locks on and he can create lanes. He's not a finished product. I want people to understand that. But he doesn't need to be right now. Right now, the Falcons just need him to stabilize depth and push the guys ahead of him. And long term, he could absolutely develop into a starter. I see Carter Warren, when Kaleb McGary's contract is up, to be that guy. He has that much talent. Now, think about it. Offensive linemen are some of the hardest players to find. Most teams, when they find them, they hoard them. But when you lose a starter like Kaleb McGary and your swing tackle like Storm Norton, you're in trouble. The Falcons basically they had 2 options, essentially. Number 1, panic trade for an overpriced veteran who probably will be a rental in play this season. Or 2, take a swing on a young tackle with traits worth developing. They chose the latter. And that's why I think this move was perfect. Warren gives Atlanta a safety net and a developmental piece who could pay off big in the future. And also, he's a developmental guy with 2 years ahead. And I'm telling you, he's better than some of the guys they recently drafted, and he will turn up to be a really good addition for the Atlanta Falcons. So to wrap it up, Carter Warren isn't just some camp body. He is a developmental tackle with real upside who looks like an upgrade over the current Falcons depth pieces. He's exactly the kind of player you want on the roster in this situation, a guy who can step in when needed now while also giving you potential long-term solutions. The Falcons got a guy that will help them in the future. Now, a lot of people are going to be in the comments saying, if Carter Warren is this good, or is he good as you're saying, why did the Jets let him go? And I will say this. The Jets spent 2 first-rounders in the last 2 years trying to get offensive tackle correct. Carter Warren simply was not in their plans, developmental plans. They still have to develop a tackle this year, a young tackle this year who's going to be starting, and a young tackle that they drafted last year. It's going to be hard for the Jets to develop those two plus Carter Warren and win meaningful games. I think they decided to move on because Carter Warren is a project, like I mentioned, and they already have too many projects on their hands. But I'm telling you, Carter Warren, don't be shocked if not only Carter Warren ends up starting 2 or 3 years down the road, but he ends up starting week 3 or 4 while we wait for Storm Norton to come back. He has that much talent. He has that much skill. He just needs the coach to refine him and make him better. But leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about Carter Warren. Is he a good pick? Was he a good pickup by the Atlanta Falcons? Leave a comment down below. And if you can please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And like always, peace.